Oh shit, yo, still bills. What's the deal, man? Yo, peep game. I just got out of class and shit, man. Look, it's weird being a college student, man. It's weird being a college student. Schooling was never in my, it's just not in my DNA, man. I suck at school. I was never able to excel. Even now, I'm not excelling at the rate that I once was, but the teacher gave a nigga some encouragement, so I'm feeling better about that. But peep game, man, we got to rap about this shit, man. Devin Haney and George Kambosos rematch, man. Let's rap about it, man. First off, valiant effort from George Kambosos, man. I know he's getting a lot of flack for getting outclassed in the manner that he got outclassed in, man. But I figured first off, let me say this. I figured Devin Haney had come out a little bit more flat because of how drained he looked in the weigh-ins, man. I mean, he looked like my man, what was the vampire dad from Blade 2. That's what that nigga looked like, man. I was like, damn, man. I figured because of that, George Kambosos would be able to get out on him a little bit better, possibly drop him, hurting bad. But I figured, and I thought I did a prediction video on it, but I never uploaded it. I figured George Kambosos would come out because he knew I can't box with this dude, so I got to come out, pedal to the metal, and put an ample amount of pressure on him, and, you know, bank some rounds early on before he really catches my rhythm. And maybe I'm able to hurt him and discourage him to where, you know, he can't get into a rhythm, and that can bear good fruit for me later on down the line. But that's how I figured the fight would play out. But eventually Devin Haney would get back to his jab and begin to get, you know, get his timing down, get his movements down a little bit better, you know what I'm saying? Get his patterns down on when he decides that he wants to come in with aggression and begin to place that jab right on his chin strap. But that's not how it went, man. I mean, it did to a certain degree because George Kambosos definitely came out guns blazing. He came out, and one thing he came out doing, he came out switch hitting, man. That had a little bit of success. That honestly had a little bit of success. Just, it was only so much success that dude was gonna have because Devin Haney is just a cut above him. But he came out switch hitting, and it wasn't like prolific switch hitting. It was just, I think it was just to kind of like throw him off. All right, cool. You looking at the right hand coming from your back, coming from the back end. I switch it up. Now it's a jab. You know, it was just giving him different looks. And Devin Haney caught on to it like immediately, man. And he landed, you know, Kambosos landed some good lead left hooks. He landed some big shots, man. But he forced Devin Haney into exchanges. Devin Haney had to plant his feet in exchange, but the thing was, he was just so defensively responsible and sharp, it was pointless. It was pointless, man. I'm looking at George Kambosos forcing this dude to swing, and Devin Haney is slipping and getting up under everything and punishing him. One to the body, one up top. Oh my God, damn. That's a Devin Haney that we need to see more often. That's the Devin Haney, because, I mean, he took risks, but I think he's so elusive that he can afford to take those risks in certain fights. I think, you know, he's going to have to find that groove to where, all right, cool, this is a fight that I can take risk in and try to get the guy up out of here. And this is the fight that I'm going to have to turn it into a boring, you know, punch on the go type of fight. He's gonna have to learn, you know what I'm saying, how to, you know, find that balance in between those two different type of styles. But when he's forced to fight, he's real entertaining to watch. He did that with Jorge Linares as well. I think with Jorge Linares, though, he did it of free will. He wanted to fight like that because he got tired of the criticisms. With George Kambosos was forcing him to fight. He was turning it into a dog fight. It was roughhousing. He wasn't really letting him breathe. And I think even when he realized, all right, man, I'm letting him breathe, when he saw, all right, I'm giving him too much time to think, I can't allow him to think, so I gotta get back on the gas, you know what I'm saying? And he did that, and it was a valiant effort. But even in that valiant effort, it just wasn't enough because he was still getting punished in the spaces that he wanted, that you would have thought that he would have been a bit more successful in, because Devin Haney is just that much sharper. He was really sharp in there, man. I was like, oh my God. He looked real sharp in there, man. I was really impressed with Devin Haney, man. Overly impressed with Devin Haney in this fight, man. That Devin Haney is the Devin Haney that everybody needs to see, that so they can shut the fuck up. he almost stopped him. He almost stopped him. He almost stopped George Kambosos. If he would have stopped George Kambosos, that would have been a hell of a statement to make right there. He almost stopped him, man. He could not miss with the jab. He couldn't miss with the right hand. When you throwing lead right hands on some Roy Jones Jr. shit, man, your time. They were saying that, yo, your timing has to be impeccable to just be able to just land lead right hands like that. You know, he was just he just really put on a boxing clinic on Saturday, man. That was a beautiful display of boxing. They were both cut. They were both cut. I don't know if Haney was cut due to a clash or a fist, but the way that he persevered and fought through that cut was really something remarkable and something to see. That was dope, man. That's the Devin Haney that we need to see right there. That's the Devin Haney that we need to see. He looked real sharp in there, man. He looked real sharp. Counter punching, footwork, man. When George Kambosos would trap him on the rope, he'd dip up under the hook and spin back out to the middle of the ring. Shit like that, just immaculate feet, man. Just really educated feet. Incredible defense, incredible counter punching, incredible straight punches, man. He was throwing more hooks in there, man. He was throwing a lot of hooks. That Devin Haney is exciting to watch. That Devin Haney is exciting to watch, man. I'm really a fan of this kid, man. I honestly am. The dude is the goods, man. Like I really dig the pure boxer. I dig the pure boxer because that's something that I'll never be able to possess. That's something that I'll never be able to possess. You know, my height and my build, I'm only 5'8", you dig, but I'm brolic. So I'm not. I'm getting in there with cats that's bigger and taller than me. So I'll never be able to possess that type of skill set because I have no other choice but to press the action. And even if I'm in a position of where I can utilize that skill set, the cats that I'm in there with, even if they're my height or shorter than me, they're so much at a higher skill set than I am. I couldn't utilize that if I had it in my arsenal. I couldn't use it because they're still better than me. So I can really appreciate somebody who can just really embody the sweet science of boxing and work behind the straight shots and be pinpoint accurate with it and be calculated in the clinch and calmly, stay poised and get up under a shot, but don't make a miss. Don't be so much out of the line of fire to where you can't punish him for the miss. And that's what he was doing, man. That's what he was doing. He doesn't have the biggest hand, the hardest punch. You don't need that because even then, look how George Kambosos looked after that fight. That's what clean and crisp, accurate, and precise punching would do. Bust somebody's shit up. Kambosos, he was bleeding all over the place, man. I thought we was playing Fight Night. He's bleeding all over the place. He looked like he did when him and Teofimo fought. The dude with pillow fist did that. So I'm really a fan of Devin Haney, man. I really am. The dude is just, listen, man, I'm coming to Australia. I'm about to get fucked on the bag, but I don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna make more than enough to feed my family. And I'm trying to get this undisputed thing popping. And what I really like that he said was, I'm not moving up, not yet. Because I think he still has a little bit more. He should polish himself just a little bit more at 135, where the punchers aren't as big, and he's a little, he's more on the bigger side than the rest of his opponents. I think he should polish himself up a little bit more before he jumps up to 140 pounds, because it is a fucking crock pool up there at 140 pounds. A crock pool. You dig? Josh Taylor, Zepeda, Pro Grade, now Teofimo is up there, Barboza, and he's on the side with Ramirez and Pro Grade, well, not Pro Grade, but Zapata and Taylor and all. He's over there with some wolves. He's over there with the wolves. So I definitely think he should polish, even though he's already a polished fighter, he should just polish, really getting in the space to finding that groove, that middle ground where I have to press the action right here, or I can press the action with this fight without without risk of getting caught in between. Even though you're at risk, anytime you get in the ring, he's not at much at like he wasn't at as much of risk with George Kambosos as he was with Jorge Linares. Even though Linares was passing, Linares was still the bigger puncher. So I'm glad that he's staying there, because now we get a Vasily Lomachenko fight. We get a Lomachenko fight. If Lomachenko is able to get past Ortiz in the next, what is he fight? Is that this week he fight or next week? I think they fight next week. So yeah, shout out to Devin Haney, man. I'm really a fan of this kid, man. This dude is the goods, man. But that's pretty much all I got to say about it. I'm about to get in here and chill for a minute before I go to sleep, man. Deuces.